Right now at 5, President Trump gutting the Department of Education, what it means for area schools.
Plus, a big change could be coming to snowmobile trails in La Crosse County.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. We start with a monumental move.
President Trump signing an executive order to gut the Department of Education, but it's not that easy. Congress, which created the department back in 1979, will have to approve it.
So what will the impact be to your child's school? News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the answer.
Schools in Wisconsin rely on federal funding for several support programs. According to the DPI, Wisconsin schools receive over $800 million in federal funding. $568.2 million comes directly from the Department of Education. The funding is used to support things like disability services and school meal programs. State Superintendent Jill Underleaf says the state and local governments would likely have to fund the programs instead.
It would be devastating to Wisconsin's public schools if that funding were to go away. It may mean how else are they going to get that funding? Will they have to go to referendum to replace what was lost?
Underleaf says federal funding makes up about 10 to 20% of school budgets. The order will need congressional approval first. We reached out to Congressman Van Orden for comment. We are still waiting for a response. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Governor Tony Evers visiting the Ho-Chunk Nation Three Rivers House in La Crosse this afternoon. Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs Secretary James Bond hosted a roundtable with Evers. They talked with veterans and community members to highlight key projects that support veterans, included in Evers' executive and capital budgets.
We have a budget. We need to have legislators involved, and we need to get that budget done as soon as possible. We're here talking about veterans today. We have some really good ideas about where we want to increase funding, and mental health is certainly one of them. And so we just need that conversation to begin, and let's get the budget done.
Governor Evers and Secretary Bond also visited the Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin facility in Racine this morning.
News 8 Now is getting an early look at absentee voting numbers. According to the city clerk, they issued 3,488 absentee ballots, and 2,699 of those were issued by mail. So far, 1,579 have been returned. Voters have until March 27th to mail in ballots and another full week of in-person absentee voting. Election Day is April 1st. And a quick reminder, we're hosting a mayoral debate at 7 p.m. tomorrow live in our studio. You can watch it on 8.2 and our digital platforms.
A Minnesota fire chief was laid to rest today. Hundreds lining the streets as Goodview said goodbye to Fire Chief Jason Gruitt. The 51-year-old died March 12th after serving his community for nearly 2 decades. The funeral procession passed the fire station where Gruitt was chief for 7 years.
Our hearts are broken, but the community and complete strangers have held us up with helping hands, just like Jason would have done for any of you.
Gruitt leaves behind his wife Julie and 3 children.
We're learning more about that fatal employee stabbing inside a Mankato Quick Trip. 28-year-old Michael Miller is accused of stabbing 34-year-old Dennis Vasica inside the store on Madison Avenue. We now know that there was another employee in the store at the time, but escaped and called 911. Police say the suspect was a frequent customer at the store.
It doesn't appear that they were known to each other, the victim and suspect, other than Mr. Miller was a frequent customer at Quick Trip, so they recognized him as a frequent customer, but there was no type of relationship between the two. It just appears to be a random act of violence, sadly.
Miller is facing second-degree murder charges. A Minnesota state senator accused of soliciting a minor for prostitution has resigned. Justin Eichhorn's resignation is effective as of today after being charged yesterday for the crime. Eichhorn responded to an ad that was part of an undercover prostitution operation. He corresponded several times with an undercover officer posing as a 17-year-old girl before agreeing to meet her in Bloomington. He was arrested upon arriving at the location.
Overall, a quiet Thursday. We do have a little bit of showers going into Friday. We'll kind of track those out, but that won't be anything significant. Otherwise, we're going to look at some more drier conditions for Saturday, but we do have that opportunity for the afternoon or evening to see a few showers if you got any plans. There's your high temperatures, and if you wonder where the snowpack is, you can kind of clearly see where the temperatures are actually hovering in the 30s because it's just hard to melt that snow and then warm those temperatures up. So 40s to the north, but struggling to get to 40, even mid-30s further to the southwest where they actually had a little bit more in the way of snow cover. And there's your snow cover actually. And elevation made a difference right now. The airport La Crosse had 4 inches. Up on the bluffs, they had 8 inches. So March and April storms, elevation does make a bigger difference than during the general winter time. But this evening, not expecting any activities, any problems. Could say we get back to 34 degrees with that south-southwest wind beginning to pick up a little bit. La Crosse will keep going down to about 31, a little colder. But that wind's turning around the south because we do have a couple fronts coming through tomorrow that could actually provide a little bit of the shower activity. So these temperatures are going to fall off quickly to about midnight and then provide mainly steady or slowly rising there afterwards. And some of the colder spots, especially in the bog areas, could get back into the mid-20s. So kind of chilly going into your Friday. So later on, we'll kind of break down what's going to go on with the temperatures Friday, Saturday, and yes, we do have an opportunity for snow and rain once again later this weekend into Monday, and we'll break that down too a bit later.
All right, waiting for spring to really show its head.
Yeah, well, it's here officially today.
Officially. Doesn't feel like it, though.
Day, yeah.
Does not feel like it. Thank you, Greg.
Well, better snowmobile trails could be coming to La Crosse County. County board members could vote tonight for applying for state funds. The money would help maintain 146 miles of local snowmobile trails. The Public Works Committee has already approved the plan. Also tonight, the City Park Board will consider adding solar panels to the Nature Place at Myrick Park. Renewing your driver's license could cost a little more. As part of Governor Tony Evers' budget, it would go from $8.50 to $32.50. Vehicle title fees would go from $120 to $284.50. Evers says the extra money is needed to fix and develop roads. The hike still have to be approved by the state legislature.
And unlikely to make it in the legislature's version of that budget. Students got a first-hand look at local government today. Brookwood students took over the Monroe County Justice Center. The high schoolers participated in a mock county board meeting and voted on a resolution about vaping products. They also toured the 911 center and learned about courthouse services.
It's really brings students awareness of what the county does for us. It also gives them opportunities to explore all the different careers that they might possibly be interested in as well.
Cashton High School will have their turn next Wednesday.
Coming up, what went wrong? New information on that Delta flight that landed upside down.
And the list is out. How happy are Americans? The surprise answer next.
I was in a very bad relationship. After that, I made it my mission to help people. Brad Schimmel really wanted to know, how can we help survivors? He got right in there with me and did the work that needed to be done. I know Brad, the person, and I know how passionate he is about helping people, women, sexual assault victims, children. He has made it his life's mission to help families. I know that about him.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
Get the lowest prices of the year during sales fair at Nelson Agri Center on now through Saturday, March 22nd. Get huge savings on Milwaukee Power Tools. Stock up on paint with our buy one, get one specials. We'll have deals on fencing, gates, seeds, and more for your farm. Plus, get an $8 store credit towards already low prices with the junk battery trade-in sale. Thousands of items will be on sale at the lowest prices of the year at Nelson Agri Center, downtown Viroqua.
Verizon and AT&T announced price hikes a total of 10 times in the past 2 years. Doesn't that blow your mind? Families can switch to T-Mobile and get all the benefits of their plans while saving 20%. T-Mobile blows the competition away. T-Mobile will also give you up to $800 when you switch. Mind blown. Is that a jet engine?
Go to T-Mobile.com to see how families can save 20% and get $800.
That's lunch.
A 5-year-old girl violated. The predator faced up to 60 years behind bars. Radical Susan Crawford sided with him, released on a $500 bond, and lived across from a school. His sentence, just 4 years in prison. Now he's free. All because Susan Crawford and her warped, soft-on-crime agenda. Catch and release Crawford. Don't take the risk. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Well, more unrest in the Middle East. Israel launching a new round of attacks on Gaza. Gaza health officials say the new attacks killed 80 Palestinians. Meanwhile, Hamas is showing signs of retaliation, firing rockets into Israel. Today, the White House had this to say.
The president has made it very clear that he wants all of those hostages to come home, and he fully supports Israel and the IDF in the actions that they've taken in recent days.
European leaders are asking for Hamas to hand over all the remaining hostages.
New details on that Delta Airlines plane that landed upside down in Toronto. It was descending at a high rate of speed. The plane's hard landing caused the landing gear support to break and the right wing to detach. That's the word from Canada's Transportation Safety Board. The flight from Minneapolis had 80 people on board. 21 were hurt in the accident.
If you're happy and you know it, well, you don't have to clap your hands for that. Well, okay, Greg's happy. But you probably live in Finland.
That's right. For the 8th year in a row, Finland took the top spot as the world's happiest country. The Oxford University-led study looked at everything from income, health, and corruption. America dropped to 24th place, its lowest level since the report was launched in 2012.
We picked this up in the negative emotions around anxiety, worry, stress. Around the world, the degree that people worry has increased extraordinarily.
Mexico and Costa Rica cracked the top 10 list for the first time since the report was first published.
We will have more news ahead.
But first,
not a bad Friday, but we do have a little bit of shower activity to track for the afternoon and evening. Besides that, it's going to be a dry start to the weekend, but we do have rain and snow coming back to the tail end of it. We'll break all that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
At Maxwell White, we want you to love your water. Clean and clear water free from bad taste and odors. The water professionals at Maxwell White will test your water and evaluate any existing equipment, providing the best solutions for you and your family. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
Tax refund season is here, and Wesco and Sparta is making it more fun than ever. Dreaming of a brand new sectional or that comfy bed you've been eyeing? Now's the time to treat yourself. Save 20% all month long on furniture and bedding, just in time to make your home the talk of the group chat. Have fun with your tax refund and make your space shine with Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
How corrupt is Brad Schimmel? Let's count the ways. 1. Schimmel gave a plea deal to a man caught with child porn after the man's lawyer gave his campaign thousands of dollars. 2. Schimmel let 6,000 rape kits sit untested for years, then lied about it. 3. Schimmel took thousands in campaign contributions from opioid makers, then refused to go after them when opioid deaths spiked. That's Brad Schimmel, and he's way too corrupt for the Supreme Court.
The 27th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. The proof is in the truth, and the truth is that the Board Store does offer higher quality at lower prices, as has been the case for the last 35 years. The 27th Annual Early Bird Home Show, superior products, superior service at the lowest prices of the year. Bath or kitchen remodels, windows or doors, pergolas, patio covers, sunrooms, siding, or gutters. Do it now. The 27th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar.
Stroll through the co-op as you meet local small business owners at the People's Food Co-op Spring Open House in La Crosse. Enjoy live music and sample products from some of your favorite local vendors. The Sap Run Scramble is a rugged, non-competitive 5K with 1,000 feet of elevation and tasty maple-based snack stops along the way. Enjoy wood-fired pizzas after the event and stock up on good energy.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Maxwell White wants you to love your water. Preventative maintenance helps to keep the love going. Maxwell White can get your equipment running right so it can last longer and save you money. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Get breaking news or other quick links. Follow us on X at News 8 News.
Well, on the first official day of spring, it doesn't really feel like spring for a lot of areas given the amount of snow we had, but the good news is we definitely need the moisture. Drought conditions were moderate to abnormally dry for most of the winter, so it's going to help the fire situation this spring and also the drought situation. And we got more coming on the way. We will melt this. It will take a little bit of time, but for tomorrow, we're going to have highs turn around. That wind will turn around from the south. Areas that have still the snow may struggle to get to 50. We may be in the mid to upper 40s more. Elsewhere should be in the 50s. Our average right now is about 46, 47 degrees, so pretty close to average or a little bit above. Then we do have those showers coming in the afternoon. Very small area of showers, and the chance is very low, but I'll track that out to show you where we expect that. Then going into Saturday, it's going to be dropping off fairly chilly start to Saturday as our lows are going to get back down to the teens behind this cold front. So definitely going to be a cold start to Saturday, even getting close to 10 up towards Rusk County. So once again, but then once we go into Saturday afternoon, it looks, once again, chilly conditions. We're only in the upper 30s, low 40s behind that cold front. And you can see a little bit of coloration right there indicating that, once again, if we do have the snow cover on the ground, they may struggle to get to 40 degrees with this in factor too. But we should be dry Saturday, and that does change as we go into Sunday, and I'll get in that in a moment. Now for tomorrow, really as you wake up, it's just going to be a lot of cloud cover increasing throughout the day. The temperatures actually will rise, so starting off in the morning, we should be near or above freezing for most of the areas. That wind will be a little bit breezy in the afternoon. The front won't take its time. There's two. There's one coming from the north, one from the west. Here comes the first one coming south, kind of pushing to the east. There's a little bit of showers from Minneapolis. You'll start seeing that spread across the area, but note the better concentration is west of the Mississippi towards the afternoon. Here's that shower activity, maybe between about 4 to 7 for La Crosse and areas south. And we could get cold enough that some of that could change to a little bit of light snow towards later in the evening. But behind that, it'll clear out pretty quickly. So by the time we get to 8 or 9, really the rest of the night is dry and actually clearing skies. So that's what we're expecting with that shower activity. So most areas probably won't see it. Areas along and south of I-90 may see some of that activity. Along with breezy conditions, that northwest wind will pick up behind it. Now going into Sunday and Monday, that's our next chance for some impacts with the weather. We're looking at rain starting south of I-90 throughout this whole system. We're talking Sunday into Sunday night, mostly rain. I-90 94 looks like rain Sunday, maybe rain snow mix Sunday night. And if you're north of I-90, that looks the best chance to see snow changing over on Sunday, maybe early as the morning, continuing overnight. And that would likely be where they'll have more of the accumulation issue. And if you kind of track it out, you can see what I'm talking about coming into Saturday. It looks like early Sunday morning is right when we're going to start seeing pretty nice line of rain, maybe even a thunderstorm come through. Then we'll have rain, and then that rain-snow line is right north of I-94 throughout the morning. Before then, it's going to switch around and eventually start seeing snow come in Sunday night. Now, how far south this snow gets, a little bit in question. I think most of it will stay north of I-90, but that'll go through Monday morning's commute. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, given that the temperatures will be below freezing. And we might see some road impacts with that too going on. That's where we see the highest accumulation potential, and that kind of went off the screen, is really north of the area northeast of Eau Claire. But everyone might see something going into Monday morning. Besides that, we're looking at overall conditions getting fairly nice next week, fairly 50s, and then fairly quiet after Monday too. But keep an eye on the forecast Sunday into Monday because we could see accumulating snow. And this time, instead of La Crosse getting it, it may be further north than east, so something to keep in mind.
Could be Eau Claire's turn.
Eau Claire to Rhinelander, Wausau, and up to that area too. But we might see it down here too, so something to keep an eye as we go back to school and work on Monday morning.
Sure. Thanks, Greg. Still to come, a zoo animal with a unique talent.
How this polar bear is gaining worldwide attention for her diving skills.
Foodie Friday is on the road this week at Wesco Home Furnishings. See how they've been making houses into homes since 1923 and their new shop, Hazel and Lola's.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
It's the Early Buy Outdoor Sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Patio dining sets, sofas, and love seats, even loungers, they're all on sale. Take advantage of the biggest discounts of the year on outdoor special orders guaranteed. It's the perfect time to get what you want the way you want it. Plus, we'll give you free delivery on your outdoor furniture. Want it right away? We've got all our favorites in stock at pre-season prices. Big discounts and free delivery on outdoor furniture at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Voters deserve to know what our records are.
Susan Crawford's record? Disturbing and dangerous. A 7-year-old girl sexually assaulted. The attacker faced 100 years. Crawford let him off with only 4.
I don't regret that sentence.
A 5-year-old violated. The predator should have rotted in prison. He got out in just 2 years. She protected them, not us.
I don't regret that sentence. I am proud of the work that I've done.
Susan Crawford, putting criminals over your kids.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm. The first Warn Weather Storm Runner. Only from News 8 Now. Expect more. You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
What you're about to see is potentially the best non-college basketball video you will see all day.
Bold statement, Ken. A polar bear showing off its diving skills at the Oregon Zoo. This is Nora, and she's 9 years old. The zoo put a camera at the bottom of the pool to catch her impressive moves.
Love the camera boop right there.
She probably invented the polar plunge without even knowing it.
Oh, there you go. Very nice. Very clever.
9 years old. When did the polar plunge become popular?
That's a good question.
About 9 years ago?
Perhaps longer. I don't know. But it's almost too much of a belly flop into there. I'm not seeing an Olympian caliber dive. By this polar bear.
Okay, so they should have said belly flop instead.
It's graceful enough for a large polar bear that weighs hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, and good for a 9-year-old. I don't know how old that is in bear age, but seems pretty up there.
Still it looks athletic enough.
Enough.
At 9 years old to be diving in.
Staying active, giving us a show.
That's
Hopefully it's one of the best videos you did see.
Hey, we learned
yesterday.
yesterday, keep moving.
Keep moving and
Always
don't
keep
stop
moving.
moving.
That's
exactly,
right.
if you want to live a long life. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
It's the 10-pound mega March sale at Holman Locker and Meat Market. Save on ground beef, chicken breast, and chuck roast. Please call to order. Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun they're having, it's easy to take for granted how they warm up, by the fire, or simply adjusting their thermostat. But for some of us, it's not that easy. Some of us need to decide whether to heat or to eat, or to further neglect our basic survival needs. We are working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans, all struggling to pay record heating bills. These dangerous temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for us, they can be deadly. If you are struggling to decide if you can put food on the table or heat your home, please reach out for a hand up. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
It's
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. You've got Maverick and the North American 2025 Truck of the Year, Ford Ranger, fully prepared.
Did you sleep here last night?
If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. And this crew is Truck Month ready.
Now get 2.9% financing for 72 months on a new Ford F-150. Plus, for a limited time, $1,000 bonus cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
There's been a lot of talk about this Supreme Court race, but here's what's really at stake. Brad Schimmel wants to make sure women don't have the right to make their own health care decisions. If he wins, that right is gone. I'm Susan Crawford, a former prosecutor, a common sense judge, and a mom. And I trust women to make their own health care decisions. Brad Schimmel doesn't, but I always will. And that's why I'm asking for your vote.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Stock up with our spring meat bundle, which includes drummies, ground beef, chicken, steaks, brats, ribs, and pork chops. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Well, it'll be a quiet evening and basically a quiet overnight. The temperatures may not be as cold. We'll start seeing those temperatures rise after night as cloud cover increases and the winds kind of pick up out of the south because we have a couple fronts coming through for your Friday. For the most part, most of the day Friday will be dry. There's an opportunity for some showers, maybe between 4 to 7 p.m. Most areas probably won't see that. Very light precipitation amounts. Colder Saturday, and then keep your eye on Sunday through Sunday night, especially the further north you go. You'll see accumulating snow possibilities with that one.
Can't shake those winter conditions.
Not yet.
Okay, that does it for us at 5.
And we'll see you in a few minutes.